trillion naira, Nigerians to face tougher times. Dismissed soldier gets new profession turned Yahoo boy in 29 million naira scam. Police last March shielding officers involved in extortion. And Kyari narrates ordeal in Kuje prison break. Now sports. Former women's coach blame NFF for Falcons strike. Now the news in full. The National Security Council on Thursday announced that it is considering a nationwide ban on motorcycle and mining activities in the country as part of this strategy to curb terrorist activities, checkmate loopholes, and cut off their sources of funding. This was the outcome of the meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the State House in Abuja. Addressing State House correspondents after the meeting chaired by the President, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, stated that investigations are still ongoing, especially to establish the correlation between mining and motorcycles, which they suspect provide funding for the supply of arms to the terrorists. Malami, who noted that terrorists had moved from their conventional ways of funding their activities to mining and ransom taking, disclosed the government was not unaware of the economic consequences of the proposed resolutions, particularly the motorcycle ban, but it has become imperative in order to guarantee the nation's security. Meanwhile, the Minister of Interior, Aregbesola, speaking on the attack on Kuje prisons, detailed that despite the extensive intelligence gathered before the onslaught, the attacks succeeded due to that there was no will to act. He also revealed that President Buhari had received a report on the preliminary investigation of the Kuje attack, and officers who have been found to renege on their responsibilities will be punished. Terrorist groups, in particular in Nigeria, are increasingly interested in controlling areas of production of gold. The opportunistic nature of these activities ties strongly to the fact that gold is often the favored mineral of the terrorist group, as many of these groups use this to secure a source of funding for future operations. On the revenue, amid a projection by the federal government to spend a whopping sum of 6.7 trillion naira on fuel subsidy next year and a major shortfall in government oil revenue this year, economic and energy experts have predicted tougher days ahead of the economy, states and Nigerians. The Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, had on Thursday released the 4-month fiscal report of the economy during a public consultation on the 2023-2025 medium-term expenditure framework. Crude oil production challenges and PMS subsidy deductions by NNPC constitute significant threat to the achievement of our revenue growth targets, as seen in the 2022 performance up to April, Ahmed said. Bold, decisive and urgent action is urgently required to address revenue underperformance and expenditure efficiency at national and subnational levels, she's noted. Economists and petroleum experts projected that Nigerians, state governments and the economy would experience tougher days ahead. Going by the numbers, the gross oil and gas federation revenue for the first 4 months of 2022 failed to meet the expected target, falling from 3.12 trillion to 1.20 trillion, representing a 39% performance according to the overview of the 2022 fiscal outcomes and update on the 2022 Federation revenue performance presented by the Finance Minister. Ahmed said the subsidy projection was based on business as usual or reform scenarios, noting that the first scenario assumed that subsidy will be retained and fully provided for. She said that despite higher oil prices, oil revenue underperformed due to the significant oil production shortfalls arising from oil production shut-ins resulting from pipeline vandalism and crude oil thefts, and higher petrol subsidy costs due to higher landing costs of imported products. A dismissed soldier, Sergeant Ado Kabiru, appears to have gotten a new profession as the Maiduguri Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Wednesday arraigned him before Justice Aisha Kumalia of the Borno State High Court, Maiduguri. Kabiru was arraigned on one-count charge of obtaining 29 million naira 34,500 naira by false pretense, better known as Yahoo Yahoo. This was disclosed in a statement issued by the EFCC spokesman Wilson Wujaren on Wednesday. The statement said, Count 1 of the charge reads that you, Sergeant Ado Kabiru and Jibrin Mahmoud, now at large, sometimes in October 2020 at Maiduguri, Borno State, within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, with intent to defraud, and did obtain the gross sum of 29,924,500 naira from one Dr. Mohammed Ramat via your 2 different account numbers with Garatin Trust Bank, domiciled, and also another account with First City Monument Bank. According to the statement, the defendant pleaded not guilty to the charge. Justice Kumalia adjourned the case till 5th and 6th August 2022 for commencement of trial and ordered the remand of the defendant in prison custody. The Lagos State Police Command and the Lagos State Traffic Management Authority have yet to reveal the identities of their officers allegedly involved in the extortion of motorists at the Bega Isheri area of Lagos State. Punch had investigated the allegations of extortion by a team of policemen and LASMA officers deployed at the junction to control traffic. Correspondent who disguised as a hawker watched for hours as the group exploited motorists seeking to connect from the Bega Isheri Road to the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. The reporter noted that the green arrow of the old traffic light ran for about 20 seconds before indicating the amber and the red light. Motorists who left the waiting lane between 17th and 19th second when the green light was still on were arrested as soon as they got to the road linking the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Correspondent also observed that the LASMA officers and policemen stopped motorists and pointed their attention to the traffic light, which by then had turned red. Punch Metro noted that the motorists were stopped on the instruction of a pot-bellied man in mufti who entered their vehicles. The dark-complexioned man with 2 others, also in mufti, entered at least 2 Toyota Camry cars while correspondents were at the scene. They did not alight until after a stop at a point-of-sale terminal shop. The police and LASMA, after withdrawing the culprits, announced investigations into the allegations. Now on Kyari, suspended DCP Abba Kyari has narrated how he hid from the terrorists who invaded the Kuje Custodial Center in Abuja on the 5th of July. The Boko Haram breakaway faction Islamic State West African Province led an attack on the Custodial Center. Speaking through Onyeka Chikwazu, his counsel, on Wednesday, Kyari prayed to a federal high court in Abuja to grant him bail. My lord, every living soul in this country will agree that there was not just a breach, but that there was a grand terrorist attack by an organization that not only successfully invaded the Kuje prison, but took control of it for over 3 hours. However, the applicant, being a law-abiding citizen, refused to take off. If there is anything to establish that the defendants will not jump bail, it was that circumstance. The gates of the prison were left open for over 3 hours. In fact, the defendant hid like a rat because the organization that conducted the attack went from cell to cell saying they want to take him and the others to the desert. I don't know where else in the world where certified crime fighters that have endangered lives and abandoned their families to serve the country are kept in the same cubicle with some criminals and made their arrest possible, with some of them facing death penalty. The federal government said 879 detainees escaped, including all 68 imprisoned Boko Haram members. Kyari and other officers of the Inspector General of Police Intelligence Response Team, through their counsel, told Justice Emeka Nwite that their lives are in danger in the custodial facility. Now to sport. Former women's national team coach Godwin Ezelian has blamed the Nigerian Football Federation for their incompetence in the wake of the Super Falcons training boycott over unpaid allowances and bonuses in Rabat on Wednesday. The 9-time winners had reportedly met the NFF demanding for their unpaid allowances Wednesday morning after they lost 1-0 to Morocco in the semi-final of the WAFCON on Monday. But after the unfruitful meeting, the reigning WAFCON champions boycotted training to protest their pay. Incidentally, Izilien was the team's coach in 2004 when the Falcons first staged a 3-day sit-in protest in their Johannesburg hotel, refusing to return to Nigeria unless their outstanding bonuses were paid after they won the WAFCON. Speaking with Punch on Thursday, Izilien said the administrators must be told that the tournament is not meant for them. This act puts unnecessary pressure on the players and it must stop. They should appoint those who know football, not just anybody on a political basis to make money there. They're careless, and that's why we are here. We are. Now we've come to the end of the news on Flip. Thanks for watching. I'm Christian Chiku. Bye for now.